Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, where we break down today's local news stories with our very own reporters. I'm Brianna Rittman. Today we're learning about an event that will help clear confusion on economic policy. Then we're learning more about a grocery tax ordinance being vetoed by the mayor in Peoria Heights. And lastly, we're talking all things sports with our co-host, Christopher for CI Sports Zone. Now, earlier today, the Peoria World Affairs Council came to WMBD News at 4 because they are hosting an upcoming discussion to help clear up confusion over recent economic policy. So take a look at this interview from today. Welcome back. The Peoria Area World Affairs Council is hosting an upcoming discussion to help clear up confusion over recent economic policy. We are joined by the program chair, Don Sanford, to tell us more about the event. So good afternoon, Don. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So can you tell us more about this event and what will be covered during the program?
Well, as you said, we're going to try to clear up some confusion. The topics are going to be tariffs, reshoring, bringing business back to the United States, and cryptocurrency, one I know everyone understands everything about.
Okay, so now why are these topics so relevant to our economy right now?
Well, I'm a former teacher, and I taught with American history and economics. We're seeing tariffs used in ways they've never been used before in history.
Right.
So this is why it's so confusing to not only the average citizen, but also to those of us who have spent time, trying to study this area. So we're going to see what the motivations are, what this has done to the world trading system, the global supply chain, and see if we can get some sense of the direction this may go.
Okay, now you mentioned you were a teacher, but it's not going to be you. It's going to be Mr. John Lipsky. So can you tell us more about Mr. Lipsky?
Well, Josh Lipsky is from the Atlantic Council, and he is currently the head of their Geoeconomic Center. And so this is exploring, the worldwide area. He also has been with something like the World Trade Organization, some of our top organizations. So he's as good a specialist as you can find in these three particular areas, and he does have a specialty in cryptocurrency.
Now, what are you looking forward to when it comes to this event?
Well, we're hoping that we can get kind of a variety of people that are interested. Obviously, we're having it at Bradley at their Convergence Center, so we're looking at the business community, but business people, I know right now are impacted by the tariff. I still own a family farm,
right,
2.5 hours southeast of here. Agriculture is being devastated by the tariffs right now. So, we want kind of some answers as to, I guess, a little clearer definition of what's going on. So, and it is via Zoom as well. We're going to be in person. Josh wanted to come here. We couldn't get a scheduled date, and we said this is a topic that's too relevant, so we'll do a combination.
Okay, so you told us it's on Zoom, but also what time, what day, where is that going to be?
It's going to be Wednesday, and it is going to be at noon, different than what we have with our nighttime programs. We're usually on a Thursday, so you can bring your lunch to the Bradley Conversion Center, and I will be there, and Josh will be on Zoom. You can also go to paywac.org, PAWAC.org, and you can register to be on the Zoom call from your own home, so you can eat at home or whatever.
Oh, that's nice. Different, like you said. I thought you were going to say 6:30, but you said noon.
Yeah. This is when the times worked, and so we said we'll try something different.
All right. Well, Don, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll make sure to share all of these details over on our website, ciproud.com. Now let's take a look at this. Peoria County Animal Protection Services and Peoria Public Works teamed up to bring in a dog intern to work with staff. Now, the dog named Plush is an animal intern for Public Works. His day started out with a tour of the Public Works offices. The 4-year-old pup was on scene helping mechanics in fleet services, explored the salt dome, and he visited job sites around Peoria. Plush was able to see how workers replaced a crosswalk signal. Everyone at Public Works agreed Plush was a great addition to the team. That is such a cute. Everybody loves a good dog story, don't we all? That's a nice thing. Now, when we come back on Beyond the Headlines, we've got Alex Berger live out in Peoria Heights talking about the mayor's veto on the grocery tax. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines, where we talk to our reporters about the stories that matter to you. Our next big local story for the day, the Peoria Heights mayor is vetoing a grocery sales tax ordinance. WMBD's Alex Berger joins us live now from Peoria Heights to explain what's going on. Take it away, Alex.
Hey, Brianna, how's it going? Yes, I am in Peoria Heights right now. So this is after a 5-to-1 vote from the Peoria Heights Board to approve a grocery tax. They approved this on September 2nd. Well, Mayor Matt Wigginton said, I don't think so. He vetoes it. This is off of what he campaigned for, partially, is to not have a grocery tax in the village limits. Now, this is a thing that will be eliminated January 1st of 2026, and different communities have implemented their own, like Peoria, East Peoria, Washington, Pekin. And so Peoria Heights was going to follow suit, and Mayor Wigginton said, no, I'm going to veto this 1% grocery tax. So that's what this is talking about today.
Now, this veto, what does this mean for the village going forward?
Yeah, so Mayor Wigginton, he says that even though they don't have the grocery tax, which what this is 1%, so people will be paying 1% on their groceries if they go to a grocery store. Now, obviously, with this veto, they won't be, but that's what this grocery tax is. And the percentage has been in there since 1990, since the sales tax reform of 1990 in Illinois. And a lot of businesses, they do get a good amount of money from this tax. However, Mayor Wigginton says that he believes that if he can eliminate that tax, then it incentivizes other grocery stores to come in and move in and draw more customers that way, because groceries will be 1% less expensive in the village of Peoria Heights than they would in a place where a 1% tax is there. So there is that chance for bringing in more customers. There is that chance for getting more business. And he also believes that it could improve the tourism, bringing more families in, bringing more people in. So that is kind of the reasoning for it, and that is what it looks like going ahead.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex. Now, that sounds good, but will they replace it with another form of tax?
So no, this is actually just a complete elimination of the grocery tax. Now, again, this won't be actually eliminated until the first of the year when it is actually in place. Now, like I said, this is after Governor Pritzker voted to and put in legislation to cancel the 1% sales tax that has been in place for 35 years, and it will not be replaced by any tax. It will be just gone, and there will be other ways they believe that they can kind of build up the budget again. They bring in about $158,000 per year from the grocery tax, but again, like I said, they do believe that they can find other ways to fill in the gap of where that money was first going, where that funding was, and so they hope that they can find other ways, and they're confident that they will.
All right, Alex, well, thank you. We'll talk to you more on WMBD News at 6. Now, switching gears here, many people, like our morning anchor Sheridan, think capybaras are cute, but did you know they have coordination skills? Now, this capybara was spotted at a zoo in China twirling a stick around. Nobody really knows why, but this guy looks good doing so. We had a whole thing when I filled in on the morning show about this, because I'm like, it's a big rodent. And she was like, wouldn't you want to pet one? And I said, you want me to pet a rodent? Because I'm sorry, I can't get past that they are rodents. I can, maybe if it was a stuffed animal or something, it would look even cuter, but the coordination is amazing. I'll give it to the animal, for being an animal. Well, we've got one more local story for you when we return on Beyond the Headlines. We're sitting down with our sports guy, Christopher Huslick, to get a recap of our CI Sports Zone show that just aired earlier today. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's time to talk all things sports. WNBD's Christopher Hueslig is no stranger to Beyond the Headlines. He joins us now to recap this week's episode of CI Sports Zone. So, can you give us a glimpse into this week's episode?
Yeah, so as always, it's a great episode. Show starts off, Jonathan Michael from Clutch Sports Media. He's their general manager. He's been joining us each week just to kind of help us get a little deeper dive into some of these high school sports. So we looked at several games from last week, like Dunlap and Pekin and El Paso Gridley's game, and just kind of he kind of broke it down for us, kind of what he saw. And then obviously Thomas and I, Thomas Garverick, we watched some of the games as well, and he shoots them. So we kind of just started off with a little great conversation because there were some really good games.
Right.
That Dunlap Pekin game went into overtime. So we talked about the little trickery Pekin played in the first play of overtime to get that first score. And we just covered 5 high school games, and then looking forward next week to the Washington game. That'll be a game we're kind of keeping our eye on. So it was kind of a good start to the episode, kind of talking. It's always fun to be able to break down and watch, some high school football. It's just a great time, and like I said, Jonathan just really brings in kind of that extra expertise as he's surrounded himself with high school sports. I dub him our local high school sports expert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he also does play-by-play for some of the games. So it's nice to be able to bring him in and get like that wealth of knowledge that he kind of brings to the show, kind of adds a little. And then after that, we talked some college football. We had some really good college football games. Vanderbilt upsetting South Carolina. Just a bunch. Georgia Tech over Clemson, which was kind of a shocker for a lot of people.
Right.
So it was great to, had a lot of fun just messing around, talking about the college football and what Thomas and I's thoughts are. And then WNBD reporter Alex Berger joined us as he does most Mondays when he can, when he's not too busy with his full schedule. Yeah, and as you see here, this is Jonathan Michael there talking about the Metamora Washington game, which was a great game for Washington. But anyway, I got sidetracked a little bit there.
No, we love a good end zone,
Oh, yeah, a little touchdown celebration.
Yes.
Yeah, the Washington's running back there, he went absolutely off, so we talked about him quite a bit. And then, like I said, Alex Berger, he joined us. He's always a fun time to have as
he is.
So kind of that little newsroom sports talk kind of shows its way through in that segment, because anyone who's sat through the newsroom knows we talk about sports a lot. So he joined us, and he's our local hot takes expert. So we'd love to have him on the show, get a little bit of dialogue back and forth, kind of just messing around, having a good time, talking about.
Y'all had a challenge or something going on?
Yes. Our challenge is a little friendly competition. We during the NFL segment, we talk about that Monday night game because it hasn't happened. Where me, Thomas, and Alex are all picking who we think's going to win.
Okay.
So last week was the Bears-Vikings. They both picked the Bears. I picked the Vikings. The loser has to buy the group a large pizza to share. Nothing too crazy, but
I need
so
to
we're
start
keeping.
Participating.
Oh yeah, we're keeping track. Right now, like I said, I'm in the lead with. I got last week's right. Tonight we have the Buccaneers and Texans and Chargers and Raiders. So we picked that. I'm not going to give away what we picked. You got to go watch the episode for that. But so just a nice little friendly competition that just kind of adds an extra little something to the episode. And James Kerr from Creative Services was very nice to make us a little graphic. So you have to go check that out and see the hard work he helped with us.
Nice. Well, real quick before we go, Chris, you said we got to watch the episode to see what y'all picked. So how do we watch the episode?
Yeah, so it aired live at 2 p.m., so obviously that's past, but it'll now re-air throughout the week. Tonight at 6:30 is the first re-airing of it. So the WNBD Plus app, it is also on the homepage of the WNBD Plus app if you just can't wait that long, because it was a great episode. I'd go watch it now, but on the WNBD Plus app, it'll be right there on the front page, or check it out at 6:30 when it re-airs.
All right, well, thank you, Chris, for joining us. Now, switching gears real quick, there was a 5-day marathon for Twilight series fans right here in Illinois. These were the crowds in attendance for a Twilight movie marathon this weekend. It took place at the McHenry Outdoor Theater. They showed all 5 Twilight movies. Wow, over the course of 2 nights, they sold more than 100 2-night passes for the event, even having police officers there to direct traffic. Fans were there to represent Team Edward, Team Jacob, and even Team Charlie.
Yeah, you see the golden onion there. That's a fun little play on the first movie when they're in biology class.
Oh, yes.
And that's the award for whoever can identify the cell root tips or something like that. So that it's kind of a, first of all, 2 days of Twilight that's a lot, but
Yeah.
kudos to them for sticking through it there. That's kind of fun to. I love movies, so like movie marathons
The
like that.
control room wants to know, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Oh, I cannot go against Taylor Lautner, so we got to go Jacob.
Oh, they said good job, good choice. That's a good choice. I don't know.
I have a sister, so we had to watch all of these when they first came out. So I'm well versed. Not the biggest fan of the movies myself,
Right.
but I've seen them.
Okay, nice. I was phasing out of that era when it came around. I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't on the Twilight thing. I knew enough of it from my peers talking about it in class. Well, Chris, again, it's always a pleasure having you. Can't wait to the next time we have you. And thank you all for watching Beyond the Headlines. You can find all these stories and more over on our website, ciproud.com.
For breaking news and weather updates 24/7, log on to ciproud.com and download the free CI Proud to Go mobile app.